Hey guys, welcome back to the Fool Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. If you like this video, please hit that button. If you really like it, hit that subscribe. I really appreciate that. Anyways, just wanted to talk a little bit about the news coming out today. Josh Gattis, OC of Michigan, is leaving to join Miami. When I first saw this in my Twitter feed, I'm like, okay, well, good for him. It's kind of bummer. I like him. I think his offense was coming along. I really liked the players he got. I'm like, okay, he's going to Miami, the NFL. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, wait a second. Miami doesn't have a new coach yet. They fired Brian Flores. I'm like, how would they hire an OC already? I'm like, then I looked a little bit closer. Josh Gattis left Ann Arbor to go to Miami Hurricanes. A lateral move, right? And that just kind of makes it stick a little bit more. It kind of hurts a little bit more. Like, why would he do that, if you will? I mean, obviously, people will all speculate. One of the speculations, obviously, is that with Harbaugh's flirtation with the NFL, Gattis was like, you know what? I got to look out for number one. And I'm going to go rejoin my buddy Cristobal in Oregon, and I'm going to have a good, secure job there. Because he can go there, and he's basically probably got a 3 or 4 year leash to try to figure things out, just like Cristobal does, right? New coach, long contract, great. So, okay, that makes some sense, and it fits the narrative, too, that the coaches didn't really know what Harbaugh was doing. They were left in the dark. Was Harbaugh going to come back? It was speculated he wouldn't. He was going to take the Minnesota job if it was offered, which it wasn't. So, I can see Gattis, saying, you know what? I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go take care of myself. Fine. I just have this. I remember when Michigan hired him from Alabama, and how excited I was, and he brought in the mantra of speed in space. And I don't really know if he ever really got that going in Michigan, but he definitely recruited lots of speedy slot wide receivers, and he had some. Now he was getting some taller ones for going down the sidelines and such. And that wide receiver room is loaded thanks to Josh Gattis. See, I think it's 38 years old, young coordinator, definitely looking to build up his name, his brand. So that kind of, again, leads me to wonder, why would you leave Ann Arbor? I mean, because you had a loaded wide receiver room. You have 2 good running backs. You have 2 good quarterbacks coming back. You have good tight ends. But again, maybe it's just wanted to work again with Cristobal, that connection. Maybe it's just he wanted security. Maybe he's just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with Harbaugh anymore. We don't know. I don't think he's going to come out and list a bullet point paragraph explaining every reason he left Michigan, but it just leads you to wonder why. And it's not surprising. I don't think he would have been at Michigan for more than next fall. Being a Broyles winner, he was already up for other job consideration. I think Virginia was looking at him, and definitely if Michigan had another strong offensive year, he would have been a top candidate for, a mid-Power 5 team like a Virginia or something like that, right? Not a top job, but somewhere you could go build yourself up. That's not the worst thing in the world for Michigan to have, because that's really what Alabama is. Alabama, Nick Saban, he recycles NFL or other head coaches, right? And you have Steve Sarkisian, you have Bill O'Brien. They go back and be on Nick Saban's staff for a couple years. On offense or defense, they build their resume again. Look how good I'm doing, and then they get another job. Fine. That'd be great if Michigan could get just a little closer to that, trying to be close to Alabama's level, right, where your coaches are doing so well that they are taken by other programs. Fine. But Michigan's got a little bit closer to that. Obviously, McDonald, he went back to the NFL to be with Baltimore. So, Michigan has a few things to obviously fix. I didn't really do a video on McDonald because I'm like, that was kind of oh, well, what are you going to do? He goes back to the NFL. Anytime a coach can go to the NFL, I would say go. Because you know what? That's the top level. So I really wasn't upset with Jim Harbaugh for wanting to go back to the NFL. But, again, there are always ramifications of when you do that. And thus, Josh Gattis leaving probably was pushed more towards that with Harbaugh flirting with the NFL. So, out goes Josh Gattis. What does Michigan do to replace him? Obviously, you have Mike Hart, running backs coach. You have Matt Weiss, quarterbacks coach Sharon Moore, co-offensive coordinator already of doing the offensive line. So are they going to promote from within? Are they going to get someone else? What do you guys think? Put them in the comments below. Stay in, go out. I mean, I've heard maybe they'll put Bellamy to wide receiver coach. They definitely need to have a wide receiver coach. Have to. There was a time when Michigan didn't have a wide receiver coach for some reason, and that just completely suffered. Just think like the 2020, the COVID year, where the secondary coach never even got on campus. He was trying to teach like Dax Hill and all those guys secondary skills, and he wasn't even there to coach them. And you could tell how terrible they did. You need a coach that handles the group. So you definitely need a wide receiver coach. I don't know. Promote from within or look elsewhere. If you have some people you think from outside, put them in the comments below. I'm just curious. What are you guys thinking? And secondly, do you think this is a big blow to Michigan, or was Gattis kind of... Is Gattis the one who gets the praise, but didn't really deserve it in your mind? I mean, Michigan all of a sudden added Hart and Bellamy and some of these younger coaches, and the team did really well. Kudos to Harbaugh for hiring them. We'll see. I will be really interested to know the contract that Gattis had. If it's a lateral move, OC to OC, was he getting a bigger paycheck to be OC at Miami? I definitely can see him wanting to be there for stability, right? You'd probably get a 3-4 year contract, maybe, versus he was probably going to play one more year in Michigan. Maybe he felt unloved in Michigan. Maybe he thought people, gave too much credit to Harbaugh or Moore or Hart or something and didn't give the credit to him. I don't know. Like I said, he's not going to come out with a bullet point of listing why he stayed, why he didn't stay. So, it is what it is. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Josh Gattis going, is it the end of the world or no big deal? Who do you think should replace him? Hey, if you got the time, put it in the comments below. I'll try to respond as I'm able to. As always, thanks guys for watching, and until I see you next time, go Blue!